Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you? Hey, this is Rick. Believe it or not, I'm still around, and I want to really reach out and say thank you to everybody for your understanding while being out. Special thanks out to Doug there for with Right Way Options for covering for me. I have to tell you, it is no fun when you have the flu. No fun at all, and I highly recommend that you don't get it. Okay, I highly recommend that. Hey, everyone, thank you. Fred, Devendra, S. Julie, J.W., Joe. Um, let's see here. Roger, Sonny, Chip, Alex, Bill, Doug. Good morning. Hi, up. See you up there. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, what is today? It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. I want to apologize ahead of time if the the cold part of the flu jumps out and I have to sneeze or cough or something. I do want to thank everyone for being here. All right, let's take a look at this market. I kind of lurked around a little bit while Doug was covering. And yesterday there was something that Doug was saying that, I mean, you talking about spot on. There are setups in this market that they're just everywhere. It's one of those markets. Um, it's not quite throw a dart and you'll find the setup. You won't hit it. You have to look for them a little bit, tiny bit, but they are everywhere. If you can't find a setup, or at least the setups I like, and it's about the same setup Doug likes. Let us know. We'd be glad to help you find those and learn how to find those. But they are there everywhere, and it's a simple, it's a simple setup. It's simply looking for price to have some sort of trend and price up a little bit, and then price with a pullback opportunity right here. That's all it is. And then you're looking for buyers to step in. It's really, really that simple. I want to jump to this chart. I think this chart real quick. Yeah, let's do that. You can see that the market here, a price, we're above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator, right, on the SPY there. Very, very bullish, very nice. If you come down here to T2123, this is an indicator on TC2000, and you can see that price is above the T line. The T line is the white line, by the way. And then the white line is above the green dots, which is the trend indicator. That's bullish. And you just can't beat this connection right here. And then over here on the left corner, this is the VXX. And while you can see over here, let's make this yellow. You can see over here we're very red, and then we kind of get a little green, and then we get red again. Then we kind of green, back and forth, back and forth. But overall, it's got this downward move right in here. Let me switch this one to daily. And you can see the daily, we're clearly underwater on VXX. And as long as that stays down there and T2123 stays up, we want to look for the SPY or the market of your choice. It could be the SPY, the Qs, the diamonds, IWM, doesn't matter. You want this to be setting up, not too stretched out, because if it's too stretched out, then we're overbought, becomes a little tricky to buy, likely to get spanked a little bit. Doesn't mean it's not a bad trade. It just means in the, for the moment, you might get spanked a little bit. But right now, this is looking beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's get back over to this chart here. This is the chart that I trade from. Hey, Devendra, I drink lemon and ginger. I have tried everything, believe me. And what it comes down to is, well, just good drugs. That's all I can say. Hey, Belle, how are you? You're looking at LRCS, CX. There you go. Yeah, that's it right there. So when if you're looking for that setup, you want everything working in your favor. And when you've got the market in your favor, when you've got your favorite indicator, mine is T2123. Have your favorite indicator or indicators. If everything is moving right, then what exactly is your entry in there? What exactly is your price? Is it right now? Is it right here? And if, I think sometimes we get a little wound up with an exact to the penny price. I think we get a little too wound up with that, but that's just me. Bottom line, you want to be a buyer either below the breakout, above the breakout. And the reason I like this, it's above the T line, very close to it. And then what you're really looking for at the end of the end of the trade, you want the trade to have done this. And you're just happy as a clam. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful looking chart, if you ask me. Absolutely beautiful. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and flag that. Thank you very much. All right. Hey, Alex, you got one? INDV. Yeah, INDV setting up. Here's your big move up. And let's move this to a 2-day chart. Let me talk about this. So, I look at this chart, and here we've moved up. We've got this move back. We tried to move up, failed, moved up. So that's what I call a choppy chart. So let's clean the chart up. What is the chart really, really, really doing? Okay. Let's don't worry about the choppiness necessary of the daily candles, because they can get daily choppy. Excuse me. So let's move this to a 2-day chart. 2-day chart. There we go. Look how that just automatically cleaned it up. 3-day chart. Look at that. Isn't that what we're looking for right there? Look at that pop. Look at that nice little pullback. Let's give this a look at the 4-day. Whoa, doggy. Now that's a chart for you. Let's try a 5-day. I like the 4-day. 3-day and 4-day are my favorite. 4-day would be my favorite. So even though it's a 4-day chart, it's still INDV. It's still the same thing. You're trying to pull an entry out of your tail end is what you're trying to do. I get it. I do too. So what trips your trigger? What trips your trigger right here? Maybe here and above 1165. I'm not saying that's right, because I'll bet you $1,000 bill there's traders that already own it. I'll bet you lots of money people bought it yesterday. So what everybody who's buying it, let's do this. Everyone who's buying it in this area right here, everyone, what buying long? What they're doing is they're betting that it goes probably to at least $15.13. All right. Everyone's betting it's going higher. Now, some people think, is it going to go to $135? Well, there might be somebody out there, but everyone's betting higher. So our job, when I say ours, I mean your job, your personal trading job, my personal trading job, is where am I going to choose to buy that? Am I going to choose to buy it here? Am I going to choose to buy it here? Am I going to choose to buy it here? Here? Where am I going to choose? Nice chart. I hope that made some sense. I hope my point got across. Can't get rid of things in here on that right there. Okay. So it's, it's a great looking chart. You just have to now pick where you're going to buy it. That's what it is. There's no right and there's no wrong, because you can clearly see, and this is important. You can clearly see that there's buyers all through here. Absolutely. Every single candle means there's buyers. Candles, buyers don't just disappear. They just don't go poof. They're there. Some buyers trade positions. One trader one buyer may I'm tired of this chart. Yeah, but another trader will come in. So there's always somebody trading it. Okay. Anyway, hey, thanks. Let me cover a couple of charts here real quick. VST, I've been holding VST for a bit, and this is a little bit of a longer hold for me. And I typically trade 1 to 15 days, probably closer probably shallower than 15 days. Okay. I might be using 15 days a little bit liberal there. But I've got plenty of positions, that I can hold over 15 days. So, and some being longer, like this VST. Right there it is. VST. Holding this, I still like this. I still think it moves up. These lines up here are basic targets. They're not absolute targets. They're basic targets. Absolute targets I'll put in with a line like this, and I'll take in consideration of price action and that line right there. So I'm looking for VST to move up in the 174 area, 173, 174 area here. And right now, up 21.8%, on 10 contracts. So I'm well in the green. I'm doing pretty good on this one. So it starts moving up. You can see that I might start taking profits up into this area here. Or if the market starts to tank, candle starts to get ugly, well, I'm going to close that out. Another one that I've got is CLS. And you can see it. I mean, I love this chart pattern. Let's do it this way. One, I want the trend indicator green. I want us to rally up. I want us to pull back for a pullback opportunity. And I want to be close to the T line. And when it's close to the T line, we're in that 3-8 trap area. If for the absolute 3-8 trap, it's really simple. Price below the 3 EMA and price above the 8 EMA. So, if you have to have the 3 on the chart, then okay, fine. That works too. But this is a 3-8 trap. And I think this is probably, for this strategy, the pullback opportunity, probably the best entry I've ever seen in my 30 plus years of trading. Very, very visual, very mechanical, easy to see. What fouls us up is when the market spins out of control to the downside. When the market starts to spin and we start breaking down, then positions we're in, we try to find excuses why. I do it all the time. I'm not anybody. I'm talking about me, okay? I find every excuse in the world to stay in it. How could I possibly be wrong, right? Wrong. You can be wrong. And that's right. And so, you end up letting your losses kill you because you think, well, how can that market be spinning out of control? Well, it does, okay? And it doesn't matter what causes it. It does. That's what the market does. So you've got to jump out of those. If you want to jump into shorts, you certainly jump into shorts. But if you want to sit on the sidelines, wait for everything to line up. What is lining up? It's real simple. Here it is. T2123 in bullish good standing. The market in a good bullish good standing. Now go attack. It's like when you're a trader, you're a hunter. You're a hunter is what you are. So, it's like waking up every morning and you go out and you hunt for your family. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You're going to go hunting. You're going to go grab your bow and arrow and you're going to get out there and go hunting. Well, if it's pouring down rain, if tornadoes are coming in, you're not going to go hunting. No one does that. Not when it's out. Now we're human beings. We're lazy ass people. We're going to go hunting when the weather's right. Okay, so wait till the weather's right. Wait till everything lines up before you go hunting. Don't go hunting because the market is tanking and ugly and there's nonsense going on around you and the market's choppy. Why are you going to go hunting? It doesn't make sense. So don't. All right, here's some charts that I kind of like. Where am I here? Let's look at this list a little bit over here. Take Citi. Look at Citi. What a great looking chart. Look, by the way, the weather's nice outside, isn't it? The market is still bullish. So let's go hunting. Look at that nice trend. Look at that nice consolidation. What are you waiting for? And when I say you, I don't mean any one particular person. What are you hunting for? I mean, are you hunting for, let's see, where's my, there it is. Are you, are you hunting in this area? Well, if so, why not? Everything is working. There are other hunters out there that will wait till it does this. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody that's long C, every person that is thinking about it, considering it, and that was sort of a muted color. Everybody that's thinking about it, already in it, everyone, they're looking at things like this over here. See that shelf right there? They're looking for that moose to land in that meadow, and they're going to go hunt that moose right there. The weather's good, so let's go hunting. You're gonna go here, leave here. What you gonna do? Some looking for this. You can go to whatever meadow you want to go to, but first let's worry about getting out the door. You just got to make your decision on what day you're going to go hunting here. That's all. Anyway, so that's one I like. While I was sick, I did buy a couple positions here, and I did not post them in the room. I'll post them all this morning, but don't worry, you haven't missed a thing. I did buy some Apple, which I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. But I bought that, and we'll see if that pops up right in here. Anything below about whatever that is, 205.80, I'm out of there. And then if it pops up, hey, I'm a happy camper. I needed to move over this 50% retracement, and we'll see about it moving up toward the 200 period moving average. I also bought some PayPal. And look at PayPal. It's the same trade over and over and over. Same thing. Rally up. I always draw that line too high. You know that? There we go. There we go. I like that better. See how we pull back? I need to draw that line first. See how we pull back here? All right. The weather's good outside, isn't it? I mean, you can be a forever bear. The world can always be collapsing on you. There can always be something wrong. You can be a hater of something. It doesn't matter. Follow the chart. Let everything else go. Just follow the chart. And if you look at the chart, I don't care whether you're looking at the SPY, diamonds, Qs, IWM, weather looks good. All right. So let's go moose. I say moose because I'm from Alaska, and that's what we hunt right there. So beautiful chart. I think it is. We're setting up. There's your 3-8 trap setting up here. Everybody, keep this in mind. Everybody in the world that is already in PayPal or thinking about getting into PayPal, we're all thinking in probably, I need to make that a little bigger. Some reasonable area right in here. Now, you can be the smartest person in the world and try to pick a bottom. You can go ahead and do that. Or you can just be happy with something in here and focus more on the overall chart. And then once you're in it, and let's just assume the chart goes up, okay? Then focus on being profitable and not being overly greedy and letting the stock fall down on you, because it could fall down at any time. So anyway, PayPal. TTD. I bought this yesterday. TTD. I like that chart. Same chart over and over and over. Let me do this one a little different. Right. There we go. So there we go. Do it this way and then go up. I like that better. So up. See how we've pulled back, and we have a little shelf right in here. There's your 3-8 trap area. Remember again, it doesn't change. Every person in the world trading TDT is trying to get in here, unless you're already in it. You bought it way down here and you're still holding it. But everybody right now is looking in this area. And what area are they looking for? Well, call them up and ask them if you want. But as a trader, we can look at charts, and the truth is we can figure out what they're doing. And there's going to be some folks, I will guarantee you, absolutely guarantee you, there's green. They're going to take profits right there because that's what they do. I will guarantee you there will be other folks take it right there. Why? Because I have proved that the dotted deuce is a profit area, is a support area, is a resistance area. Here's the 500 period moving average. I'll guarantee you there's people looking at taking profits there. This area right through here, that's the 50% retracement. I will guarantee that there's going to be people looking up there for a target. That's what they're looking at. So what's our job? Well, let me see, what color can I make this? Blue. Our job is to figure out what we want to do, grab that entry, and then take the ride. Just don't forget to get off the train somewhere, okay? And you can. There's a lot of ways you can get off the train, or the decision you can make. You can get off the train maybe because you've made enough money. Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. Maybe you see a cloud moving in and it's going to rain, so I better go bring my moose back. I don't know. So somewhere, just make that plan to get off that train, get in out of the weather, and protect that money. Okay. All right. Let's see. You guys have some charts here. Let's look at these really quick before I run out of time. Hey, Bal. Good morning. AR, you got it. You're nailing it, right? Beautiful. Okay, we talked about the weather is pretty good out there, right? By the way, I just came up with this morning talking about it. You came up, the weather's good, so let's go hunting, right? All right. Well, let's because this is not the days when you actually have to go out your door and go hunting for your food. We actually have cell phones. All right. So go on your cell phone and check the weather. What is the weather? So let's look for the weather. Well, man, the weather's clear today. It looks great. The sun's out. There's a slight breeze. You're going to get out there. You're going to go hunting. You see what you want, right? But what's the forecast? Do you see some storms coming? Do you see some storms coming? You think that could be a storm? Could be. Could be. I mean, respect resistance, respect speed bumps. I'm not saying it can't go through there. I'm not saying it can't. Believe me, I'm probably the guy that would say that's not a showstopper. That's just a log across the trail is all it is. You have to wade a little water to make some good money in it. But is everything else right? It is. Beautiful. So the question is, do you want to go hunting now on a sunny day with a clear forecast or clearer forecast? Or do you want to step into, a little bit of a storm coming? It's your choice. But everything else is set up. It's a clear, beautiful day out there. Weather's nice. Everything is set right here. 3/8 trap, rock and roll. But you've got a cloud right here. You've got a storm. So, is it going to storm enough to keep you out? It's up to you. Okay. IL. I hope that made some sense. For those that aren't hunters, sorry. Those that are vegans, sorry. We'll come up with some vegan material somewhere. I love that chart right there. I love that chart. So we have a rounded bottom breakout. That's one of my favorite trades, is the rounded bottom breakout idea. The idea is that stocks in a downtrend, been beat up, 50 period moving average below the 200 period moving average. And then all of a sudden we get this bottom put in. And we don't know that this is a bottom till later on. Traders come in. I hear this all the time. We're at a bottom. You're wrong. We're at a bottom. You're wrong. And you're going to be wrong each and every single time until you proved you're not. So we come down, we call it, we have a bottom. No, you're not. Not until it breaks out over that high. So I hear all kinds of people calling bottoms. You want to turn those off, okay? You want to, no, you want to turn those folks off. This is the beauty of the rounded bottom breakout. This is why I created the rounded bottom breakout, because I kept trying to do this crap. Years ago, I swear I did. I kept trying to do this crap. Oh, buy it. Oh yeah, I'm going to make money. Buy it. All I did was blow accounts up. That's it. Well, I got smart one day. I'm not the smartest hunter in the village, believe me. But I survived. And I survived because I figured out a way to fix it. Stop calling the damn bottom. Check the weather. Check the weather. So here we go. Rounded bottom breakout. Look at that. Price above the T line, T line above the trend indicator above the 50-period moving average. That looks nice. I like that. It's my favorite chart right now today. Yeah. Anyway, targets are very simple on this. They always start with the dotted deuce and the 200-period moving average, and from there you can detail it with some price action, things like that. Something I like to use is these quadrant lines right there. So you can see that we're in the bottom level, which is the construction of the overall bottom. And then once we break out here, now we've got some great targets up here. And there's the 50% retracement area. So I'm very happy with leaving this just like that. That's all I need on the chart. And then follow price from there up. Beautiful chart. Thank you for that one, Kevin. Nice. CCJ, I better speed this up or I'm going to get in trouble here, aren't I? CCJ, absolutely fantastic. That's already flagged. I have that on my watch list. I don't need to explain that very much, do I? I mean, we've been looking at these all morning long. Beautiful trend. And, we give these names too. I've created a name over the years called a PBO, pullback opportunity. Well, there's your pullback opportunity. There's a pullback. I mean, that's part of it right there. Pullback opportunity. This is the another name you might have heard it called. It's trying to build a J-hook continuation pattern, 1, 2, 3 pattern, ABC pattern. Cow jumps over the moon. You can name it whatever the hell you want to name it. I don't care. It's a continuation pattern. What it is, it's simply a trend with a light pullback, profit taking, and buyers step back in. That's simple. Don't confuse it. Don't upset it. Let's remember to check the weather, right? What's the forecast look like? Right there. And checking the forecast can also help you out on when to time to head home with your game you've killed. Again, sorry, vegans. So price gets going here. I'm not doing a good job of speeding this up. Price gets going here. You bag something. All of a sudden you get up here and you know what you do? You decide, that's it. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm out of there. I'm taking my money. And all you've done is check the weather. You've just read the forecast. That's all. Anyway, CCJ, nice. I am going to speed this up here. WHR would need to be over the 50-period moving average for me. But is that trying to build that bottom? Let's think. You know what? I'm sorry. I got to stay here a little bit. So let's take this top, go down that bottom. We're still in that construction area. Construction areas can be bought, make a lot of money there, but be darn careful because that's where that bottom is. And you see this bottom right here? So here we've created our bottom. We pretty much come back and tested it, and now we're moving up. But we are not really out of that bottom yet. When we break out of that candle, those grouping of candles right there, that's what I would call a tradable chart. Now, anybody can buy. You can go hunting anytime you want. Doesn't matter. I mean, that's your business. Me, I'm a fair weather hunter. So I want good weather. Light breeze. Yeah. Oh, what's another one here? A TEM. That's on my list. The TEM. So the big question is, where are you going to buy it? That's the question. What are you going to wait for? I can't tell you where to buy it. All right. It's your money, not mine. So it is on my list. I've got it, marked, ready to go. But where are you going to buy it? It's doing everything I want. The weather is beautiful outside. You've got a nice rally up. You see, we've pulled back. We've got a little bottom. So what you going to do? That's the question. That's the question. Sorry, I can't answer where you're going to buy it. You have to tell me where you're going to buy it. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. All right. Hey, I'm going to check over here real quick. Thank you, everybody, for dialing in from YouTube, Facebook, wherever else. X, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Hydro, thank you for being here. Again, I want to apologize to everybody for being out. I want to thank Doug for filling in for me, Ed for keeping everything running. Believe me, Ed is like the glue, keeping everything on. Don in the background, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your help. So really great. IBRX, is that right? IBRX. I would think it needs a little pullback. I would think. I'm not sure what your question is. So this is one of these. I like it. I think you need a pullback personally, but outside of that, I'm not sure. Probably wouldn't be one of my favorite charts, to be honest. Wouldn't be one of my favorites. But let's try to fix this. Let's go to a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day. No. Yeah. No. So let me do this. See right here, there's the dotted deuce. There's the dotted deuce. See, there's the dotted deuce. So now it needs to change something. And I don't care that it hasn't broken out. What I care about is that it respected it. And that's what I care about. So here you are up, umpteen days. I would think a little pullback, and then I would think a bullish candle, and that could get you in. And guess what? What's that doing? The run, the pullback to maybe the 3-8 trap, and then you're off to the races. So possibly. Hey, Coach, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Good morning. Hope you're feeling. I am feeling a little better. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to make it all day, but I am feeling better now. ANET. I can look at ANET. J. You're already in since Monday. Thank you for sharing that little piece of information. Okay. I like ANET. I like ANET a lot. A whole bunch. You're probably not too excited this morning because it's pulling back a little bit. You're in it since Monday. What is this? Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So you bought it right here. And I think you've got a good buy right here. Thanks, Ed. I think, I would have bought this. Makes sense to me. I'm trying to look somewhere, see if I see a reason not to. I personally like the chart. Okay. What you've got to figure out is how much are you willing to risk? Let's put this in here. So, I'm looking at this chart right here, and it may want to come back into something like that area right here. And I don't know how much you're willing to risk on this, but if you look at the chart, it's obeying everything on the chart. It really is. Which means if it comes back a little bit, it might work out. But I think you've got a nice chart setting up here. I'm going to flag that. Thanks for sharing with me. Thanks for taking one for the team. Appreciate you sharing that. Okay. Beautiful chart. Set your stop. Don't let it go sideways on you too much. But overall, man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful right here. Let's see. Wolf. Hydro Wolf. I'm going to need your. Is that Wolf? WL? Yeah. You got to ask a question on a chart like this. Okay. I don't even know where to begin. Good morning, Rick. NE here. Beautiful trend. The trend is simply the trend indicator. That's the overall trend. It's working out perfect. There we are up. There we are moving sideways. Looks like we have a bottom right in here. Rounded bottom breakout. Looks pretty good. Energy. Everybody's XLE. Everybody's looking at some energy, and I'm not sure that energy is prime time yet. And everyone's probably looking at energy because it's beat down, because you want to catch that bottom, get that bottom. Good money is made on good trending charts. All right. So you can get that bottom if you want, but it's not going to work out sometimes. So look at XLE. I'm not seeing it yet. It's trying higher lows. It's doing that, but it really hasn't given us, it hasn't given me that good, loving feeling. So, yeah, careful with energy just yet. All right, a couple more and then I'm out. All right, IAG, bullish. You've got the 50% retracement. You're pretty close to it. This is weather time. Look at the forecast. Look at the forecast. You see a cloudy day right here? You might wait. And even if price gets over the cloudy day, look at the clouds right here. You might have a storm coming in. Nice chart setting up, but do you want to go hunting in the storm? So let the storm pass. If you think this is so bullish, which by the way, I do. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to poo-poo gold. I think gold is gold is good. Okay. But here's what happens to people so many times is you buy something like this because it's gold, exciting, right? You buy it, it comes up, and what does it do? It craps out because the weather sucks. And you know what you do? You close it out because of poor timing. And then all of a sudden, gold comes back, and then it finally breaks out of that cloud. And I don't mean like the stock trading cloud. I mean like seriously, cloud, rain, storm, snow, sleet, hail, things like that. It finally breaks out and then it pulls back and then it rips. And you're wondering, what the hell happened? Why didn't that work for me? Well, that's because you went hunting underneath a stormy cloud. So anyway, I love gold, but it's timing exactly right. LMT. Yeah, LMT is working. I see a 200 period moving average target. Glad you're back. Thank you very much. I'm out of here, everybody. Thank you so very much. We will see you, members, bottom of the hour when the market opens up. All right. Take care. Thanks.